Good morning, it's Cassandra Goldie, Chief Executive Officer with the Australian Council of Social Service, and of course it is the peak body for the community sector, and our job is to be a strong voice for the interests of people, particularly those who experience poverty and disadvantage in Australia. We're having a very big debate in Australia right now about what we should be doing in terms of repairing the budget, growing the economy and increasing the number of jobs available. What we did last year was work with the business community and the unions on finding some common ground about what we should do in terms of addressing the budget, in terms of strengthening the economy and providing the right kind of social protections and community services that we know are needed for us to have the opportunity for every child, every person to do well in society. So our budget proposals this morning are, on the one hand, we have identified the tax concessions that are no longer fit for purpose, that are enabling people on higher incomes to sometimes shelter their income from the personal income tax system, and are also diverting investment away from more productive parts of the economy. In the area of superannuation, I think it is important for us to name the fact that for some people it is essentially enabling them to minimise their tax bill. So that's for people on higher incomes. But importantly, the tax concessions in the superannuation system are not targeted where they should be. We want to see more help going to low and modest income people, so that we as a community can be confident that as people face a sometimes uncertain future, they are accumulating what they need. We want to see the money that was taken out of the community sector in terms of crucial services is put back in the budget, preserved, so that as we work on where the gaps clearly are, that money is available to reinvest, to make sure that people who are vulnerable have the kind of access to services that are needed. We think that it is time for us to put aside enough money to lift the level of the unemployment payment. We thank all those in the community that have supported this call. We unashamedly make that call again today, as we have said to the Prime Minister personally. It is the single most important and immediate thing that could be done to reduce poverty in Australia as we work to grow job opportunities. We also want to see better investment in affordable housing and making sure that homelessness services have adequate funding. That's in our budget proposals. Healthcare is of course a big debate. Where are we getting the value in terms of the spend on that? We again make the call today to remove the private health insurance rebates. We should celebrate our commitment to universal health care, but we need to actually invest in it. So from the savings you'd make from the private health insurance rebate, we would reinvest at least half of that straight back into public health services. There are many proposals in our budget submission that I have not referenced this morning. I encourage you to read it. I encourage you to get out there and advocate for the right approach, because if there is one thing that will undermine the strength of an economy, it is growing inequality.